There's all these poor people that need to be taken care of. He got the meals and he stuck them in the freezer, and there was like a whole freezer full of these little tin foil Meals on Wheels.
Welcome to Let's Talk.
All right, I got a new hat today, and I look a little like I need to change one of these sides because it's got me looking like Bozo. Remember Bozo the clown? Two of them coming out. I actually don't mind the look, to be perfectly honest, but I'm happy I got this new hat. I think it's somebody gifted it to me. He was like, "Where's Lit? I got a hat for her." I was like, "Really, really?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's sweet, it's sweet, it's nice." So, anyway, today I want to talk about some of the things that are going on with the Trump administration, um, and how people are all up in arms and worried about the poor. Um, the poor elderly people and the people that get food stamps and all the other people, they're just gonna be, it's what's gonna become of them. Um, and to me, it is completely disingenuous. Some of um, them feigning uh, concern for certain groups of people. It reminds me a lot of Judas. Remember Judas? He got all upset when Jesus didn't sort of rebuke, or Jesus allowed Mary to pour all this really expensive ointment on him. There's all these poor people that need to be taken care of. But Jesus knew what his intent was. He wasn't caring about the poor people. He wanted that money to be in their coffers so when it was sold, he could dip his hand in like he had been dipping and get his share. So, it kind of reminds me today. People are saying, oh, I really care about the poor. But, very often these block grants go to the states. They're not used for what they're intended to be used for. As far as Meals on Wheels are concerned, they generally go to middle class retired people. Some of the food allotment, no food allotment is reaches the streets where people really need to be fed. Um, and I live with a dad who who got Meals on Wheels. He had a good retirement, and he got the meals and he stuck them in the freezer, and there was like a whole freezer full of these little tin foil Meals on Wheels. So there's no doubt that there's waste and that it needs to be assessed, and that cutting some of these programs to allow the government to do what it needs to do is clearly uh, in order. So all these people who are crying about the poor, and uh, it doesn't strike me as being sincere. Because the real problems right now are people living on the streets and dying on the streets. And if you can't feel that, if you don't can't have empathy with that, then it's hard for me to understand how you're going to uh, worry about people who are coming in as refugees. See, it's easy to be caring from a distance. But people in your own backyard, I don't care how we suffer, I don't care what we go through. Once you hit homelessness, split. No concern, no help, only cynicism, only accusations. We're the most horrible people in the world. We don't deserve help. Well, we do. And I think under this administration that some of that is going to turn around. I hope it does. I hope he gets through some of his initiatives for health care. And I also hope that he will be able to uh, implement more employment so people don't need all of the government entitlements. That's just supposed to be a means to it. People aren't supposed to be dependent. It's not supposed to create a caste society where some people are on government assistance and then the rest of the world lives, uh, enjoys a nice middle class life. That's not what it's supposed to be. It's a temporary. But the way this society goes, you've got this high percentage.